This is the Cool Photo Tools Podcast, episode number 68, May 23rd, 2016.
Are you sick of trying to learn all the new photo software? Are you tired of hearing about the next big thing in photography? Well, neither are we. Welcome to Cool Photo Tools with Jay Biersdorf and Rhonda Spencer.
Today's sponsor is Audible.com, who has more than 180,000 audiobooks and spoken word audio products. Get a free audiobook of your choice at www.audibletrial.com/coolphototools. Good morning, cool heads. Good morning again. Another weekly episode of the coolphototools.com podcast with companion YouTube video. You can listen to one while you watch the other, or you can watch one and listen to the other, or you can just close your eyes and sleep through the whole thing, as Rhonda did for our entire last episode.
That's not true. I was awake for the episode. I yawned one time. Just once. Yeah.
2 minutes and 37 seconds.
It's not.
So good morning to Rhonda Spencer, who managed to be awake for this episode.
Good morning. And I actually had a good night's sleep, so I'll stay awake for this episode. All right?
Well,
okay,
we'll
good.
believe it when we see it.
All right.
So we got a bunch of stuff. You know, it's like the Cool Photo Tools just keeps rolling in. Just as soon as we think that they couldn't possibly come up with anything else for us to talk about, then boom, there's 30 or 40 more things that just land on the desk
There you go.
at any given time. So we're just going to get right into this today and talk about stuff. You want to go first? Or you want me to?
Nah, you go ahead.
Okay, fine.
All right, well.
So this is what this is. Do you use an action camera? Do you have like a GoPro?
No.
Do you?
No.
It's like
I know
when
people that
when
do.
you're skiing and snow skiing and water skiing and cactus jumping and cow tipping. You know, use an action camera.
Cow tipping? What is
Yeah.
cow tipping?
Yeah, I'll have to ask my wife. She'll tell you all about it.
All right.
She's from Iowa.
Cow tipping. It's really okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never been there.
Okay.
I've heard stories.
All right.
So anyway, this thing is that we're looking at here. This is, what do they call this? This is the first action camera with built-in stabilization. We're looking at this from TheVerge.com on their website, but actually I think this was a Kickstarter project, so you could go there too. We'll link to this in the show notes. But this is an action camera like a GoPro, like the Sonys make action cameras. But this one has image stabilization built in.
Oh.
Now, for an action camera, at some point did somebody say, I think we should put image stabilization in this camera because this is an action camera. You might wear this on your helmet or strap it to your bicycle or your motorcycle or your skateboard, and it's going to get a lot of vibration. So it'd be a lot easier to watch that video if we put image stabilization in it.
Don't most of them have any type of image stabilization?
No.
None?
Yeah, they all rely on those gimbals. The actuated gimbal. You buy a gimbal for a couple $100 and put it on there, and it senses. It moves the camera up and down. But there's only 3 axes. They don't actually stabilize the up and down axis. So this product does exactly that. And so this thing is I'm looking for the name of it here.
We will find it.
So the Revl, REVL, the Revl Arc, ARCE camera. And they show a little demo picture here where we just kind of briefly take a look at. But it just, it looks kind of unremarkable. It's just kind of, there's nothing
cool.
really to it. But image stabilization, on an action camera, just seems like a complete no-brainer.
Oh, that looks like something I would definitely just be doing. Yes.
Yeah, we're watching a video of people bungee jumping, and look how stabilized the video is.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
quite nice. They're jumping and flailing all over the place and shrieking and screaming, and the video is entirely stabilized. It's very nice.
I love the background shot that you see, just the out of blur focus of this person dropping out and Like, oh my goodness.
Yes. Well, yeah, I won't be doing any. See, on a selfie stick. There you go. I mean, and look out. It's really when you compare
Oh,
stabilized
there's
footage
something
to
that everyone should be doing, setting on top of a Volkswagen
mini microvan,
yeah.
and driving
down the
road.
street.
Now, these are not doing safe things, but these
No.
are done by professional actors in closed courses, so that there won't be any real problems.
These
But
are
anyway,
20-somethings
So this is
that are
going to be
doing
a
this.
$500 deal. They could, if you might have been able to get it on Kickstarter when it was started out here. But
That's cool.
okay, so here they have one bolted to the hub of a tire, so that they can catch this skateboarding couple as they go down the road. Anyway, it's a cool idea, and if you're into action cams, I think this is a no-brainer. $500, yeah, it's for a stabilized camera, yeah, we could do that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that's a good video, huh? We could just be quiet and watch this video. You want to hit pause?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's exciting.
Yeah. So this is even if you don't want to buy this, you probably should just watch the video. It's pretty neat. It's on YouTube. We'll link to this in the show notes as well.
That's
All right, Rhonda,
Okay.
you're up.
All right. So here's another way to stabilize your GoPro. Check this out. It's a tripod. Who would thought?
I've heard of these.
Have you? Tripods.
Yeah.
And it touts that's the best for the iPhone, an Android, or GoPro. And look, it has little legs on it.
Well, if the people that are on our audio version
Can't
on
see
iTunes
this.
can't look. They're driving.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us what's happening here?
What's happening here is
Why is this tripod different than the other 10 billion that are out there?
because it's designed for your phone.
Oh, this is a phone tripod.
Yes. Yeah.
This is from monoshot.co.
Or your GoPro.
MONOSHOT.
So this isn't designed for your camera. This is designed for...
It looks like a light stand with
doesn't
little
it?
legs. It looks like it's designed to be very compact. Also, since the legs are really low and the column extends out multiple times, it looks like it's probably going
Yeah.
to be pretty wiggly too.
It probably, I would imagine.
Yeah, but it's small enough to fit in your pocket there, and it doubles.
Well,
look like as a monopod.
That's
or
right.
A selfie stick,
A selfie
even.
stick, that's right. I like to think of it as a selfie stick with legs.
Okay, how much are these going to cost? Ha ha ha! Gotcha.
I'd have it. Just give me a second.
Uh-huh.
Switch back over where you can see me. So I'll look at my little notes. Let me see.
You should print that out so you could just refer to those really easy.
I know. I should, but I don't. It's $59.
That's not bad.
No.
Yeah, monoshot.co.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
See, actually, I did get good because I put all the numbers down. I just don't have it right in front of me.
You just can't come up with it when I ask you.
Not quickly. I'm doing the best I can.
Okay, fine.
All right, well.
So did you see this on PetaPixel? PetaPixel.com, which is this is the website that is pretty cool. We like this website. And they have a podcast too. They've got a photographer named Sharky James that does a really good podcast. So when after you're tired listening to us, then go to the PetaPixel and look at their podcast.
You'll never get tired of listening to us. We're just
Well,
so
yeah,
fun.
I know. Anyway, so on PetaPixel, they had this article about, and this was about why Sony's full-frame Pro mirrorless was a fatal mistake, and that's pretty much just clickbait from what I can see. But anyway, the part of the equivalent, the article here is about the fact that mirrorless cameras, why would you get a mirrorless camera? Because they're so much smaller. Oh, they're so much smaller and lighter for me to pack around. And this website kind of disputes that they're a little bit smaller, but they're not that much smaller, particularly if you need to put big
lens
glass
on
on
it.
the front of them. So it's kind of like, okay, I see your point. So anyway, we'll link to this in the show notes so you could take a look at it yourself. But I'm thinking the advantages to mirrorless are really not size for the most part. There are other things, that the fact that you don't have that mirror box mechanism, you can take pictures at much higher frames per second without a bunch of mechanical moving parts. makes it less expensive. You have an electronic viewfinder, so the mirror doesn't block your view as you're shooting high frames per second. There's lots of good reasons.
And you see
to go
exactly
mirrorless.
what the image is going to be.
Yeah.
Always.
You get a preview of what the image really looks
Really
like.
is.
You have a eye level viewfinder on a mirrorless, that on most mirrorless. So anyway, just to put that out there, it's not really the size. It's they're a little lighter, and with the kit lens, they're quite a bit lighter. But by the time you put other glass on them, they're not that much.
Yeah.
Okay, Rhonda, back to you.
Okay, so since we were talking of cell phones and such, Sandisk has come up with a way that you can have more memory for your phone. Check that one out. This
You can put an SD card in it.
No, like bigger than that, like you can have a hard drive. Look at this.
Oh, you can stick a big old honking hard drive hanging off the bottom of your phone.
Sometimes you need that extra little bit of memory. So,
How much memory do you need? Because you can get a lot
how
of.
much memory however much memory you have, you always need more.
I've got like 128 gigabytes in my phone.
Yeah.
I don't anticipate filling that.
Yeah, but think about it. New phones are all coming up with.
Well, if you use it as your primary camera, or I guess
Exactly.
if you shoot a lot of 4K video, I could see
you're going to need some way
could
to be
happen.
able to save it, and so they've finally come up with some way to save it. So there you go. Well,
Okay.
and even like with your iPad, you've got imagery, and so I guess you can send it up to the cloud. But it's pretty easy on your iPad to start filling it up with stuff.
It is.
It is. So this is one way that you can retrieve.
This will work with any Android
This
or
is-
iPhone,
yes.
iOS phone. This is the Sandisk. We're looking at sandisk.com.
Yes, Sandisk.
And this is called the iXpand, the letter I and then capital X and PAND. So hopefully, it does say iPad, Mac, and PC. Does it say Android on there? It must. They wouldn't make a phone just for.
I'm certain that it does.
It'd be
also.
silly.
Yeah,
That would be silly
it would.
for Sandisk. All right, we'll link to that in the show notes. And so the thing that I was looking at here is there is a kind of an interesting camera. We were talking about VR a couple of weeks ago. VR, virtual reality,
Right.
but also the 360-degree cameras that you could take a photosphere in a video. And here's one that's just designed. This is pre-order, so these aren't out yet. But we're looking at the bhphotovideo.com website, and this is the Aura 4i Live Spherical VR camera, which is not really VR because it's a 360-degree camera. So there's that confusion there, but everybody's using that buzzword. So these are only going to set you back here about $1,795 on a pre-order. So you really probably got to figure out what you're going to do with this here. But it is a 4K 360-degree video, and it's got 4 lenses on it. So they stitch those together, and it says you can do live streams, with YouTube or Facebook. Haven't seen anybody do those yet, but it's coming. And so some of these cameras I've seen are much more money than this. So if they have the software worked out on this could be a real solution if you're interested in doing that.
Put it back up. Let me look at it one more time.
No.
Oh, come on.
All right. Rhonda's looking at it.
I am
For those of you
looking
at
at it.
home, she's going, huh. See, it's got all these different pictures of it, but they all pretty much look the same. So it's not very big. It's got 4 small lenses on.
Each side.
It's four-sided.
Looks like 4
It says
eyeballs.
4-channel, 4 times multi-coated 8-element fisheye lenses. Includes real-time video stitching box. So there you go.
Be good for the Grand Canyon.
It would.
Would.
Yeah, there'd be a situation where you could, if you were rafting down the Grand Canyon, you're like, I'm not taking my $2,000 camera with me to get wet. So,
Yeah.
but maybe somebody will at some point. All right, what do you got, Rhonda?
Oh, a new company that's got camera bags for girls. This is called Shutterbag.
Shutterbag.
And they do this.
At shutterbagusa.com.
And they do some really nice looking camera bags again.
How do you know these are for girls?
Well, all right. These are I'm just thinking that like this little pink bag, most guys aren't gonna, but they do come in different colors.
Well, that'd
so.
match my eyes.
I think the pink one would look
Well, the
really
white
good
part,
with you.
the white part anyway.
But I like these green ones that they've got. They've got emerald green bags. Like I said, when you start getting into these type of bags, they are not cheap. You're looking at $250, and that's with them on sale, all the way up to $350.
And these don't
So-
look like camera bags, which is one of their big strengths or advantages, I would imagine. So you don't want people to always know that you have a camera bag
Right.
running around. These just look like a
They look like
conventional
just a
bag.
conventional bag. That this one says 2 bodies with lens attached, plus a third lens. They can handle all that. Yeah, and interesting thing that these are actual leather bags, though.
Well, that would be nice. High
Yeah.
quality for a high price
Yes.
instead of just high quality just for the sake of a high
Right.
price or
well,
something.
and a lot of the women's bags that you have now that you buy, they aren't leather. They're not real leather, and these are real leather. Mm-hmm. Nice looking bag, though, don't you think?
Yeah,
That
looks good.
for a girl's bag.
And this emerald green
It's
is the
a
one we're looking
wonderful-
at. They come in different colors.
There you go.
Oh yeah, there's a bright magenta.
Oh yeah. Inside.
Ooh, padded interior with adjustable compartments that looks pretty
So-
standard.
yeah.
A pretty standard interior for a camera bag.
And looks like it's well built so that when you've got all the weight on it, you're not going to end up not
a-
small necessarily.
That is a big bag.
That's
so
a pretty
you're going to be
good-sized
able to
bag.
get your stuff in there. You're going to get all kinds of things in there.
Yep.
Well, some people might like these just, my wife would like that just to get
That's
a ton
true.
of stuff in. So,
It's a nice color of blue, but yeah, I think it's a nice looking bag.
okay.
And I don't know if they do any guys' bags on this, Kelly
Well,
Moore does.
What would be to stop them? To stop a guy from buying one?
Well,
Is there a law?
the pink and purple
Not in this
colors
state.
usually. I'm not seeing these come in any other colors that are, because guys' bags.
Well, there's a black
here's
one.
black.
There's-
Yeah.
Yeah. There's,
I was going to say usually
black
tan
is universal. Everybody likes black.
and tan and black work good
True.
for guys, but I don't know. They're a nice bag.
Okay.
Different company. I'd never seen them before.
Yeah, no, I haven't been aware of those either. Something new there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's a thing that came up from BuzzFeed. You ever watch articles from BuzzFeed that come up through your Facebook feed? BuzzFeed is kind of one of those sites. They have some pretty interesting stuff. They also have some kind of clickbaity stuff too. Get you to click on it, and you're like, what did I click on that for? That's misrepresented. But don't get me started. Nonetheless, I still look at them because once in a while they have some pretty cool things. All right, so here's an article that I saw the other day from them, which is that people are getting 3D tattoos, and it's as trippy as HE double toothpicks, so to speak. And so this Portland-based tattoo artist.
Double toothpicks. Are you kidding?
I'm trying to keep our clean rating on the iTunes store.
So everybody envision what he just said.
You can look right at their BuzzFeed website. I didn't make that up.
Really?
They just put that. Anyway.
Okay.
So Winston the whale, which is actually a person, not really a whale, that is a Portland-based tattoo artist. He is becoming known for his incredible works of 3D art. And so here are tattoos. You have any tattoos?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Anyway, he's coming up with these 3D tattoos. They're red and blue. Like this in photography, we call these anaglyphs. I'll put this in the show notes. So it's a way with the red and blue, actually red and cyan lenses. You can view 3D or 2D images that look like they're in 3D. And so he's got these tattoos that are red and blue, slightly out of registration. So they look like they're an anaglyph. The old traditional. Maybe do you ever have a coloring book that had anaglyphs?
Yeah.
And they come with the glasses, and you put them on. And then you can see everything looks like it's in 3D, even though it's just 2D. I'm reaching over here.
Okay. He's giving me the 3D glasses to put on to see.
Yeah, see, I just happen to have some of these laying around. Every good photo studio would have a packet of 3D glasses.
Yeah, of course.
These are the little cardboard 3D glasses that, that are designed to view the red, blue, or the red cyan anaglyph.
Have you ever tried
like
putting
this.
them under when you have headphones on, though?
No, but I'm about to.
Well, try.
Here,
It's
I'll,
like it's
I'll switch.
interesting.
I'll switch this to Rhonda so
No,
you can
see?
watch her
See?
do that.
Aren't they lovely? Okay, flip it up. I want to see what this looks
Hang
like
on.
in 3D.
I have to get mine on. Yeah, the headphones make it a challenge.
It
don't
does
they?
make it a challenge.
Here, I got to take my headphones off for a
You
second.
need to flip it up so everybody can see what you look like doing this. This is
Okay.
all right. Watch Jay put these on. This is
Yeah, I have my
interesting.
regular glasses, and then I have my headphones, and those-
This was worth tuning in for, if nothing else, guys. I tell you.
okay, and now I have a headache. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so
All right.
here's. Let me see if I can get back to the switcher here. All right, so now let's take a look at some of these.
It doesn't look any better than when I had them off. Sorry.
Right. So that was going to be my point. Was these are not real. These
Yeah.
only replicate the look of a 3D.
Which
image.
makes me ask, why the heck would you want to do that? You've got something that's permanent that only replicates what a 3D image looks like, and it really doesn't work.
Yeah,
That one's about as close as it comes, and it's still not good.
yeah. That one looks. We're looking at one here of a skull.
Yeah.
A cartoon kind of skull, and it looks. You can see a 3D. It kind of jumps out at you, but it's
Little bit.
completely out of registration.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it would be difficult, to do these actual, and maybe just the effect is what he's after here with this is just
Maybe.
he's and there's a picture of him there. So he's really a person. He's not actually a whale, which that would be pretty remarkable on its own. Just-
Whale makes 3D images.
Okay, well, anyway, so it would be cool if you could get those to where they actually worked, though. To get the registrations just right on them where you had a tattoo. Because clearly the ink can be done, right? You've got the red and cyan inks.
Yeah.
And then you could make a real 3D anaglyph. But it would probably be more expensive because it would take a little bit of precision to get it to work on that. Okay, Rhonda, I'm thinking about taking these off now. But I don't know. I'm kind of getting the effect now. I'm kind of liking it. I like the way these look. I think I'm just going to wear these around.
I don't even have words. just saying, I don't even have words. Okay. See, doesn't he look snazzy in them?
This is a good
Yeah,
look for me. Yeah. I want to see if I can get these prescription.
Yeah. I think you should wear them like all the time. They're
I think
wonderful.
I think I might.
Okay.
All right. So what have you got on your list
Okay.
up next?
This looks like it would be something that I would like to have. Not saying I will have, but it looks like this is a 4K Ultra HD LCD display that is
How big is it?
43 inches.
That's not that big.
It's pretty doggone big.
4K. So this is a 4K. A 4K.
Mm-hmm.
4K, and then the industry standard is now what they call the Ultra HD, which is actually somewhat different than 4K, just to screw things up.
Yeah.
But apparently this one will do both.
Uh-huh.
So do you have any 4K video you want to watch? Can you get it off of the network? Can you get it from DirecTV or
Actually,
Comcast?
Hey, I have heard that Netflix is now doing 4Ks. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
Is everything in 4K or just two or three things?
No, they've got a handful of stuff, but because I was disputing, I said my brother-in-law was saying he wanted to get a 4K TV. I said, "There's not anything out there." He said, "Yeah, there is." He says, "Netflix," and I said, "I don't think so." And he said, "Yeah, there is." And he looked it up and showed me, and yeah, Netflix is putting things out in 4K. So there you go.
Okay.
But
And how much is this? What the thing we're looking at here?
I think
What's
it's
this
gonna-
going to? And 43 inches, because that's pretty small. I don't think I have any screens in the house that are that small.
this is a monitor for your computer.
Oh, this is a monitor.
This is a computer monitor.
Well, that's different.
Yes, it is.
So this is going to be
This is a Philips monitor for your
okay.
computer.
So this
that's
is made to be
43.
looked at up close.
Yes.
Yeah. So as opposed to a TV set, which is made to be viewed from a few feet away.
Yeah,
But the more resolution they put in these things, the closer we're going to have to look at them.
yeah.
Because otherwise we won't be able to see that resolution. So how much?
Yeah, I think it's about $1,200 is what they're touting.
Okay,
It hasn't
well,
come out yet.
Not horrible. But
No. But yeah, so I said, this isn't a TV. Yeah, 43 inches on a TV, that's nothing. Everybody's got a 43-inch TV anymore. But does everyone have a 43-inch monitor?
No, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
that was pretty snazzy. Yeah.
okay. Well,
And they're claiming it's ultra clear.
well, one
know?
would for.
Well, of course.
Now, when I was at the National Association of Broadcasters show last week, a couple weeks ago now, a month ago now, they had video cameras that are 4K. Of course, is like, why would you buy a camera now if it didn't shoot 4K?
Yeah.
Because they feel like that's going to be the upcoming thing. But they also had cameras that shot 8K. So,
Really?
So they're already,
Things
going
are
beyond
already
that.
changing.
And there was another company, and I can't think of their name, probably doesn't matter, but they made wall size LED displays that, you could put sections together. So if you needed a screen that was 20 feet by 30 feet, for example, theaters use these for backdrops, the big, not movie theaters, but theaters like you see on TV that are, the backdrops for America's Got Talent, and these are these type of displays. And so now they're coming up with 4K resolution on some of these wall-mounted displays, and they were really good. I mean, as far as, you see the science fiction Blade Runner, where the whole room is all the walls are LED displays.
Right.
We're there. That they can do that now. It's amazing how close you can get to them and how much resolution that you can see. Now, I'm sure we're not there money-wise. I mean, it's still going to be a fortune to do that unless you have some commercial application. But that's going to be a reality before you know it. The higher resolution and the bigger displays are getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper.
Well, the one thing that this was kind of interesting because it's talking about how you have fluctuation in brightness or color on LCD screens. And this is supposed to have what they call smart uniformity, so that you have the whole screen is pretty much 95% uniform in luminance, which would be great.
Well, what is
for
a normal
working.
display? What's a normal LED? Do you have an idea?
Oh, I don't.
Okay. Well, so we don't know what to compare that with. But our eyes are pretty good at adjusting for that stuff. And, and a little vignetting is something that I add to my photographs. So I don't know.
And see, I like this. You've got a big enough screen.
Okay,
that
here's
you
what
can,
we're talking about. So if you want to put them together into a multiple, to make like a giant display, this is what I was talking about at the show where they put pieces together.
Right.
But if you have a little black frame in between, that kind of is not as good. But if you wanted to make a big monitor for your desk where you actually had 4 monitors, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. So that's where you'd want uniformity of display. You wouldn't want those vignetting, darkening in the corners. That would look weird.
That's true.
Yeah. So, okay, I can see that.
But
Okay, fine. I'll take 4.
I know, huh? So I said that would be nice.
Give me
43
4. Give me
inches
4.
would just be wonderful.
All right. So that's from Philips.com.
Philips.
We'll put a link to that in the show notes. The Brilliance 4K Ultra HD LCD display. Are they available now?
No, not yet.
Oh, these are coming soon.
These
to
are very coming
an
soon.
Amazon near you.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And maybe to your home.
Maybe that's where they get first. Okay. So I've got something from Kickstarter.
Okay.
And it's going to be over with by the time you see this, because we record these a little bit in advance. But that's okay, because it's going to be successfully funded, because it's already 8 times over goal. And this is the Lomography Daguerreotype Achromat 2.9/64 Art Lens. I bet you didn't think I could pronounce that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's brass. And you remember now Lomography did this, I think 2 years ago now, with the PetaPixel lens. The PetaPixel lens was the one that's an old style lens that was designed like in 1851, and they replicated it to fit on modern cameras. One of the things that they liked about the PetaPixel lens was that the bokeh, or the out of focus area in the background, swirled. It kind of made like a spiral, and it was kind of soft focus, flattering for portraits. although that wasn't probably their intention at the time. That was to make the best lens that they could in the 1850s. So now they're doing it again with a different kind of lens. And this one, I'm just going to kind of run the video on this in the background for those of you that are watching on our YouTube channel. And this lens, daguerreotype, refers to the daguerreotype printing process, which, it's just kind of a fancy name. The lens wasn't called the daguerreotype, I'm sure, when it was built. But this achromat...
So is that what's giving the little like star-like look behind the people?
No, that is the f-stops. You can do that with any camera lens.
Wow.
So any of the out-of-focus highlights, what they have here is they have what they call Waterhouse stops. And on your normal lens, when you turn the ring to change the f-stops, there's a mechanism in there where the iris gets smaller, just like the iris of your eye, and turn the other way and the iris gets larger. With the lomography lenses, you have see right there, you're slotting in a pre-built f-stop. So every time you want to change the f-stop, you have to take the old one out, put a new one in.
That's interesting.
It's kind of like a slide projector that goes in. Now, if the f-stops are not round, let's say if they're star-shaped or heart-shaped, then any light in the background that's out of focus will take on the shape of the aperture. So in this case, they have one aperture that's cut into the shape of a star. So all those little spectral, out-of-focus, glowing things in the background become star-shaped. And you can do this with any camera lens, and you just put one of these over the front of the lens. You open your lens up to wide open, and you make a cutout of a heart or a star and put it on the front of your lens, and that becomes the effective aperture. And so you can get that effect with really any lens. So with this lens, what they're talking about, the fact that it has a unique look to it is because it's an achromat. And an achromat means that two colors of light come to focus on the film or the digital sensor rather than three. Three lenses three red, green, and blue, all three colors of light coming together is an apochromat, right? Which all modern lenses are, because otherwise you have color fringing, right? Which is annoying. But in this case, it's a feature. It's not a defect. And so these are going to, I think, sell in the neighborhood of $500 or so. I'll have to look down to see what these are coming up with.
Are they doing it for like Canon, Nikon, Sony?
Yeah, they're gonna have the standard mounts, Canon, Nikon for sure. Not sure about the Sony on that, but anyway, if that floats your boat. But before you buy one of these, I think you also should look at the new Lens Baby, which is very similar in effect, except that it has a real aperture in it. It doesn't have the Waterhouse stops. You actually just can turn the ring, and that is the what was the name of that new Lens Baby when we just talked about it last episode? Anyway, go to lensbaby.com and you'll see which one I'm talking about, and it's only $270 instead of $500. So
it's not as pretty brass.
Well, parts of it are. Parts of it are brass, but they also make these available in black too for people that don't want, I think to stand out. I don't know that the brass. I don't know that I care.
Well, if you're getting a lens like that, you might as well get it where it's glitzy.
I don't know. I'm just saying. All right, Rhonda, what do you got there? Wait a minute.
What?
We don't have time.
We don't?
No. We'll have to wait till next week. You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time to say goodbye for this week. Until next week.
Until next week.
All right, cool photo heads.
Have fun. Spend money.
Cool heads. Cool photo tool heads.
It's easy for you to say.
Easier to say cool heads instead of cool photo tool heads. Drop us an email. Let us know how we're doing. Check our website for the show notes at coolphototools.com.
Thanks for listening.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the Cool Photo Tools podcast. Sign up for our mailing list at coolphototools.com. Got a question? Send an email or MP3 audio file to info@coolphototools.com. Thanks for listening.